The gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Bishop, is recognized for an amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment at the desk, and I ask unanimous consent to dispense with the reading of it.
Without objection, the reading of the amendment is dispensed with, and the gentleman is recognized for remarks on his amendment.
I'm offering an amendment that would increase federal funding to strengthen the security and integrity of our election systems, and investments that it's not just necessary, but is urgent. Election security grants are not partisan, and they should be apolitical, since Republicans and Democrats benefit alike when everyone can trust that their vote was counted fairly and freely. My amendment would restore this critical funding by increasing the mark for election security grants from $15 million to $75 million, with the pay for coming from the Office of Management and Budget, which recently received $100 million in the reconciliation bill. This means that even upon adoption of my amendment, the agency would not see a decrease in funds this year. We all know that there can be and that there are vulnerabilities in the technologies, the infrastructure, and the processes that we rely on to administer our elections. And we need to keep adapting as hackers and other malign actors utilize this new technology and new strategies. We have taken bipartisan steps in the past to support state and local efforts to secure our democratic institutions, and we need to revive this. Congress appropriated $425 million for election security funding as recently as FY 2020. However, that figure has dropped to a paltry $15 million in the full-year continuing appropriations bill that we passed earlier this year and is repeated in this bill. Federal funding plays a pivotal role in supporting the health and resilience of our nation's election systems, which are run by local governments in everyone's district. These funds would allow jurisdictions that are already strapped for cash to replace aging voting machines with secure, voter-verifiable systems to conduct robust post-election audits to ensure accuracy, to strengthen cybersecurity measures, to train election officials and poll workers, and implement best practices to guard against interference from outside threats. Upgrading election infrastructure is not a one-time fix, but it's an ongoing necessity. The average lifespan of electronic voting machines is 10 to 20 years. And in many jurisdictions, they have even older systems than that. As of 2024, 28 states were using voting equipment that's 10 years old or older. Alarmingly, this includes discontinued and unsupported equipment in 12 of those states. Outdated machines often rely on obsolete software that's difficult to maintain and far more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Without sustained funding, counties, especially in rural communities, struggle to replace this aging equipment. We must secure every jurisdiction, regardless of size, regardless of budget. We've got to assure that they have the tools needed to protect the vote. By adopting this amendment, we will send a clear message that Congress takes seriously our responsibility to protect the integrity of our elections. So I ask this committee to please support my amendment, and with that, I yield back.